actually gonna win this fucking thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so pissed off. Fuck, fuck, fuck. God damn it.
All right, guys, it's time to go to bed. None of us are stressed about the election, right? We all are gonna just go have the best night's sleep of our lives, aren't we?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
I don't think he knew my mother or my sister. What does my family have to do with anything?
Winner in the Dakota Senate race. It's not going to happen. Republican Kevin Kamala will be returning to the Senate from North Dakota. ABC News can also project a winner in the Senate race.
Guys, we literally don't even have to panic. We literally don't have to freak out right now. We don't even have to we don't have to freak out. We don't have to freak out because it's not even real. Because recount the vote!
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family. Let's end this reign of terror now. I chose family, I chose women, I chose America. I love you.
We're moving on. I'm moving on. We're moving on.
I love all of this. Let's do it. Let's do this.
The 7 stages of grief.
We were wrong. It's an utter betrayal for anybody that is not a cisgendered white Christian.
Shut up, bitch.
Christian. If you voted for that man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala, and you live in one of the states that it was, close, or if you didn't vote, you. I don't want to hear about how shitty your life gets under his policies.
We're all going down together. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, why is she singling out these individuals that voted for Trump? We're all going down together. What are you talking about? Let's enjoy the ride.
Live with that decision. Sit with it. Let it make you uncomfortable. Fuck you.
I watch videos like that, and it makes you think, what kind of person are you? I mean, to make threats, to call you out your name, to curse you out, and apparently you're the good side, right? At least you claim to be. You claim to be the moralist. You claim to be virtuous. You care to love everyone. You care to want what's best for the world. And as soon as somebody has a difference in opinion, in this case political, which no one really cares about until every 4 years or so, you all of a sudden like to change up. You can't take an L. And even if the Kamala won, the left side, Democrat, whatever, I don't really care. I don't really care about politics and whatnot. But then they'd be rubbing it in our faces. They will ignore the state of the world. They'll ignore all the negatives in the state of the country. They'll just chalk it up to life. They'll just be relieved. They'll have a huge sense of relief that Trump didn't win. And they'll just go about life. Right? They won't have anybody to blame. They're not going to find anybody to blame. Right? They will live in delusion knowing that they got what they wanted instead of the better choice. Who's gonna be the better choice in the end? Only time could tell. But to start off with so much doubt, so much bias, how do you go about your day to day like that? It's just unhealthy. 4 years is too long to be pissed off. Get over it.
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries, but this could break me and my parents apart because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind. And
Is some of this just performative? I mean, to get on camera, to set up your phone, have good enough lighting, and start crying and complaining, and for you to upload this and make me believe that this is take one or even take number 2. No, it's unbelievable. I doubt it. I doubt it, especially if you have a big following. Get out of here.
now I like am trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which is ironic because it's like religion's supposed to make you love. But I could see it like breaking me and my parents apart because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's okay. I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
Oh my gosh, she must have been a riot during BLM. She must have been a riot 4 years ago when we had the marches for George Floyd. Holy crap. Ever feel like there's just a hint of racism going on there? A hint of relief for her to even mention that? Like, thank God I am white. I'll be okay. I'll make it by. I'll figure it out. White woman. White. But as far as my non-white friends, oh my gosh. Oh, this is a terrible world for them. They deserve better. They belong they belong to be somewhere else, or this world should see them for who they are. You know, they're as capable and as well mannered and as civilized and as intelligent as I am, as a white person. You know what's funny about this? About her caring so much about, non-white people? It was the minorities. It was also the non-white people who voted for Trump. So what does that say? What does that say when the people you want to protect actually want Trump in office? This is why I claim there's like a hint of racism there, because I don't really think she cares. I don't really think she cares, or else she'd really do her research on the lives of these different groups that their friends are associated with, Black, Hispanic, Asian, and just see how they're living, how their groups as a whole are living, especially the ones in lower middle class societies. See their views on things, see how they think, not just your friends that agree with you, but like their groups as a whole. I don't think she cared enough to really look into all that.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
No, you're not.
Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why? Why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't fucking matter. I knew it didn't.
Do y'all think we're gonna go back to slavery? No, I'm honestly curious. Do y'all think black people are gonna go back to slavery? Is she singling out black women, or is she talking about black people as a whole? Because even my mom told me Trump is gonna send us back to slavery, which I kind of find it hard to believe. Is he that bad a guy? Is he racist? Is he that much of a racist? I've heard him say he's not racist, that he denounces the KKK and he doesn't care for their votes and all that other stuff. Wow, we're really gonna go back to slavery. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder if I got to keep my name because my last name is Taylor, right? So it's like a white name. So they might not have to change anything about me. I wonder how much value I have as well. Ever been curious about that? You know, like that Key and Peele skit. Do people even want me? That's right. Let it out.
We may not have rights tomorrow,
He's not in office yet.
so I'm going to bed with the last bit of dignity that I have left. But we fought a good fucking fight, and if it turns out that, shit flips, great, hell yeah, but right now I'm just not. I can't fucking deal with this shit right now. The crazy thing to me is that if this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating. And everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives, we're scared for our friends. Like,
Shut up!
you have pro-life women dying because their doctors are scared to treat them because of the repercussions of his last presidency. How did we get here?
We survived the first term with Trump. Like, was it that bad? What was it? I wasn't really paying attention at the time, but it felt no different than years before, years after, right? Me personally, was it really that bad for everybody the first time? Apparently, Obama deported more people than he did. Women still had their rights. I think with Roe v. Wade, what is that? We leave it up to the states to decide whether abortion is okay or not. So it's not a federal ban. So women, you still have your rights. You may have to drive or take a flight to another state, but I mean, let's let's be honest. How bad do you want that baby? I think you'll take the trip. Is that too insincere? Lazy. Doctors afraid to treat. If there's like a miscarriage, by law they have to treat you. They have to take care of you. It's only the abortion thing. They should know the difference.
How did we get here?
And it's malpractice if they don't know the difference. Okay, sue the hell out that doctor. That's fine.
To know that there is that much ignorance and that much hate in this country, it's so terrifying. It's so terrifying. How could you do this? How can you claim to be a Christian or anyone of moral values and support someone when every word out of his mouth is hate, when he wants to pardon people who took over the Capitol? Do not do this to people that you love and care about. If you have a woman in your life, if you have an LGBTQ person in your life, if you have anyone in your life who's not white, how did we get here? Someone tell me, please. Someone really tell me, please. Because the only way I see it is that, like, either he cheated and that was his secret, or this country is built on so much hate, and we might never get out of this. If you voted for him, you are dead to me. Go ahead and block me. I don't give a shit.
There it is.
I really don't. I really don't.
And that's my issue, guys. What's going on? Why are friends unfollowing you for your political views? Like, how butthurt do you gotta be to throw away. Like everything was just fine and dandy. We send memes to each other. We go out, hang out, have a good time. You have nice thoughts of me. You have nice thoughts of all these other friends or people you're associated with. But as soon as you find out that they voted for Trump, that's worth throwing it all away. Right? They're the spawn of Satan. You can't have anything like that on your timeline, even though they've never posted anything political ever. You actually find them funny and charming. And you agree with them with most things. But the fact that they chose to vote differently than you and have the nerve to share it, that's the red flag. You'll feel better. You'll feel better as an individual knowing that you got rid of him or her. And I was seeing a lot of hims and hers and Latinos and Latinas on my timeline who voted for Trump. Which I just find it interesting because you're looking out for the people who actually want him in office. No, and you're trying to say everybody's a bigot. You're saying the whole country is bigoted and must be racist and full of hate. And do you really think that's the case? Like you go outside, like what does your week typically look like? Are people like throwing ish at you, saying you're a woman? What are you doing? What are you doing driving? Why aren't you home cooking, feeding children? Like, come on. Like, how much hate do you actually experience on the day to day that has to actually do with the fact that you're a woman? I'm not talking about like your friends, like silly little drama. I'm talking about like real life prejudice. Like you can't even find a job because you're a woman. Things of that nature. Like you're good. You're good. I don't have to live your experience to know that you're fine. This country is not that bigoted. It's not that crazy. Because we wanted the guy to be in office. It's clearly you're ignorant to what actually is going on around the world. There's some issues that you don't see, and that's fine. That's okay. You know, you're white. You're a white woman. I think life is so well for you that you don't actually see you don't actually see all the darkness on every corner, right? I think you blissfully ignore other groups, other like groups doing less than you, not doing as well as you. This doesn't just go for white people or white women, but just anybody who claims to be on the moral high ground. Like I'm assuming like it's like these people who get elected, it's their job to look at the country as a whole and the world as a whole and see how we can better ourselves as a country. And I just I don't think most of these people did the research. I don't know the research. I'm just looking at what is. And people who don't want somebody in the office wouldn't vote for them. So there is a reason for him being in office, and I feel like we should start listening to why people voted for him. I don't think you give these supporters of him, of Trump, I don't think you're giving them a chance to even speak. They'll just listen to you and say the same three things. So you hate women and you hate women's rights. You're a racist. I can't believe you put a racist in office. The only people that'll benefit him being in office are cisgendered white males. And oh my God, we're gonna have mass deportations. Oh my God, my abuela, my poor little abuela is gonna they're gonna grab her at her little laundromat job and throw her back across the border. That actually sounds kind of sad. What is the same three arguments? And I love everybody. Don't get it twisted. I love everybody.